Good morning, everyone. It's Gord your Hurtin' Hippie. It is Thursday. We're a day away from Friday, and I'm happy about that. This has been a tough week. I want to start this by thanking all of you for the support, for still watching while I'm not really creating as much as I would like to. And actually, this whole video is on that theme, as you can tell from behind me, and the thumbnail. YouTube, play fair. YouTube's unfair practices is what is causing, or at least a part of what is underlying my issues right now. I want to first say, yes, we are talking about YouTube being fair. YouTube giving a fair and honest playing field for us creators. They are causing an anxiety well up amongst creators that is unprecedented, and it has caused some situations to come up which are unprecedented. There is now a threat of a lawsuit. 1 month. YouTube has been given 1 month to respond to I don't want to call it German. It starts in Germany. The link below I will give is 2 things. 1 to the video that explains it, and 2 to the website that supports it called FairTube, fairtube.info. They have teamed together with one of the G-Metal, I think it's G-Metal, with one of the largest unions in the world, and they now have millions, if not billions, of dollars behind them. And they have put YouTube on notice about 6 very important facts. Now, I don't want to... A lot of people are sharing this video. A lot of people are embedding the video into their discussion. I don't like doing that. The only time I ever did that, I got a copyright strike. I'm not playing that game, and that's part of the issues here, is nobody knows. One person can do something, and the next person gets a strike for doing it. And we as creators don't want to say, what about him? Because we don't want to hurt it for him. But how unfair for us. So, FairTube is a campaign to get, and thank you all. FairTube is a campaign to get more fairness and transparency for all YouTube creators. And they have 6 proposals or suggestions that they want a very detailed response from YouTube about, or the lawsuit goes forward. I believe that's the way it is. I hope I'm not mistaking it. Anyways, number 1, publish all categories and decision criteria that affect monetization and view counts of videos. Very, very important. We don't know what categories they have. Sometimes we think we do. We look at their guideline, which is not a manifesto. We look at their guideline, and sometimes we see categories that we didn't see last time. It's never communicated well, and we don't know what the playing field is. Number 2, give clear explanations for individual decisions. For example, if a video is demonetized, which parts of the video violated which criteria in the advertiser-friendly content guidelines? This is something that is at the crux of this matter. You get demonetized and you get told your video cannot stand, but they will not point to what and when the violation occurred. What was the violation? When did it happen? When in that video? If we've broken a rule, you should be able to look at it and specifically say where that rule was broken and what that rule is. Number 3, give YouTubers a human contact person who is qualified and authorized to explain decisions that have negative consequences for YouTubers and fix them if they're mistaken. This is crucial. In today's world, I understand if bots are your first round. I get that. But once it moves beyond a bot, an appeal has to go to a person, and that has to become a personal thing between creator and YouTube. Number 4, count them 4, let YouTubers contest decisions that have negative consequences. They try to say that you have the right of appeal, but your right of appeal is not a right of appeal, because I've never heard them come back and say, oh, you're right, we're going to remonetize. You launch your appeal, you get to say no words, you only click a button and say, I'm appealing. And then the return is usually, although you don't break any of our content guidelines, it has been deemed not advertiser friendly. And you have zero way to go after that. I have taken it, tried it, to move it up to launch that as a support ticket. Why can't I respond to this? Why can't I get more information? And never, ever has that been fruitful. Number 5. How much is 5? How many is 5? No, sorry. Create an independent mediation board for resolving disputes. Here, the Ombudsman's Office of the Crowdsourcing Code of Contact can offer relevant lessons. I like how they put that in there. They need an ombudsman. You need to be able to have a discussion. They make a decision. You appeal, you discuss further. If you come to loggerheads, it shouldn't be a YouTube person. It should be a third person, third entity, who looks at and makes a decision either way. And if it's against YouTube, YouTube has to live up to it. And final, formal participation of YouTubers in important decisions through a YouTube advisory board. Now, I want to take this a little further. Some people might say, even with all that money, they're just going to get nowhere, but they're not. Europe has very, very strong rules about use of personal data and about employee-employer relationships. Watch that video. Spend some time on it. Listen to the group talk about what's happening. If YouTube were simply a platform, then they would have all of this set up already, and they would want to be as fair and even in their application of rules, and their rules would be steadfast. The part of what FairTube is doing is telling YouTube, you are acting as an employer and making creators employees. We are not partners. You are designing rules that you do not communicate and forcing us to live by them. You are taking portions of our income and not standing up to it, not discussing it, there is no negotiation back and forth. We are simply employees who are given freedom of, actually not given freedom of content, because we can post anything we want, but to get paid we got to live up to a rule that is not spoken. I should have said that in plural, but I liked how it came across. So I wanted to share this. I think it's really important. I've got more information on it, but we all gather from these things what we feel is necessary and needed. And I've gathered and reported to you what I feel. And little known fact, we always end on little known fact, and I hope you're enjoying them. I'm going to give a couple because they're small today. First, most lipstick contains fish scales. And that's odd. That's odd, and I never knew that. And number 10. And the second one, a jiffy is an actual instance in time. You say, I'll be back in a jiffy. It's actually a measurement. It's 1/100th of a second. So 1.02 seconds is 1 second and 2 jiffies. That's really cool. I did not know that, and that's why I share this. I like to learn with you. Friends, again, thank you for sticking through with me through all this issues and my moods and my swings, and hey, we're going to get there. Being sick is not a fun thing, and being chronically sick is even less fun. Peace and cheers, love and harmony. I'm pretty sure we'll see you tomorrow.